Welcome back to Houston Life, or should I say welcome back to Houston Life. I know it never gets old, does it? Maybe it does a little bit. The goats have returned to Houston, especially to the Arboretum. That's where they love to hang out. It's a very special reason. They're helping to mow or munch on the overgrown vegetation in the area around the trail. Lauren Kelly is getting up close and personal with these eco-friendly and adorable alternatives to lawnmowers. Lauren, this is something that happens every single year. I can't believe it's already time once again.
I know, we were just saying the same thing, Derek, and what's crazy is that they love the Arboretum here so much, and Christine Mansfield, we were chatting, like, this is how many years in a row that they've done this?
So this is the 4th year and the 5th time that the goats have been out here.
So they love this kind of just overgrown vegetation. What are they actually doing for viewers who are kind of like, we see that you're with 150 goats, but what are they doing there?
Yeah, so these guys are helping us maintain the landscape. So usually if we didn't have the goats here, we would have to be mowing it with a tractor, or in some places actually hand cutting things.
Okay.
So these guys are helping us maintain the landscape, getting rid of invasive species and some other overgrown native species that we just are trying to clear out.
It's going to be kind of an uneven lawnmower, if you will.
Yes.
Now, what are some of the things that they do eat here, and are there anything that they possibly could get into that they shouldn't be eating?
So for the most part, there's everything here that they can eat. The folks who own them do come out and check and make sure that everything is okay for them to be around, and they'll eat pretty much anything. We have them out here eating blackberry as well as poison ivy and a few other species that, you know, we wouldn't want to deal with as much. But they're really just excited to have all of these native species and a little bit more variety than some of their other projects.
And so from this area, you guys are going to move them to another area to kind of do the same thing on the different trails here at the Arboretum, right?
Yes, so they'll, for this entire time, will be inside the wildflower trail loop, but we're moving them in sections throughout that 2.5-acre area. And one thing I will say is the next 2 places, so where they'll be for the rest of the time that they're here until Thursday, they will be a little bit less easily accessible, so there'll only be small places along the trails to see them. And we ask folks not to go off trails when they're here.
Of course. And so this actually is the best way to get super up close and personal with them for now. I have to ask, where do the goats, where do they come from? Who do they belong to?
So they belong to our friends at Rent a Ruminant Texas, and they are a organization that brings these goats all around the state of Texas to do just what they're doing here with other nonprofits, cities, municipalities, and they do a great job.
They do such a great job, and we're so happy to have them back, and they're unfazed by any of the Houston weather, which is a very big plus when it comes to being here, right?
It is, it is.
Well, we're going to chat with Kyle, who owns Rent a Ruminant, coming up in just a bit, and I'm going to ask him some questions that, you know, how are they able to eat poison ivy, and can they sustain themselves in like thunderstorms and things like that? It's going to be really interesting, and you know, I'm trying to think of as many goat jokes as I can. But for now, Derek, we're going to send it back to you in Studio B.
All right, Lauren Kelly, I've just been hanging out here in Studio B.
One more thing we have to say. They all have names. So 150 of these goats all have different names. And this one right here is Jake. And we saw Curly Sue earlier. We saw Adam. There's tons of different goat names. And I'm going to ask how they're all named and how the owners actually remember all of these names coming up in just a little bit.
Wow, Jake, Adam, they look more like a Fifi and a Fluffy to me, but we'll leave that there. You can explain later.
No, I'm gonna look for a Derek and a Lauren. I'll let you know.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Lauren. We'll see you in just a bit.